Hey guys, Andarn27 here, and we are back in Timberborn. Today we are going to hopefully get our dynamite and start building a lake. We have made a lot of progress. Our town is growing quite well. We did unfortunately run into a small problem where some of our older community members were dying off, and we did not have new ones to replace them, so we are trying to rectify that. With that said, let's just jump into it. Alright, so here we are, and yes, we were working on getting power up to our paper mill and just getting ready to start in on our explosives. So, as I said though, we have run out of unemployed beavers. In fact, I think we have a bit of a labor shortage. Missing one person in the paper mill, a few in the farmhouses, and there's a drought, but as long as they don't get too much crazier, we're still fine. One other thing I did notice, we are going to need access. I'm thinking we're going to start over here with expansion. It's the closest, it'll get us the most bang for our buck, if you will. And so I'm thinking that's where we're going to want to go. But crossing right here is going to be a bit of a trick. Thankfully, our scientists have been busy working, and so we should just be able to unlock probably just this suspension bridge right here. And we will start across. I may have to put in a platform here just so that we can actually access it. I haven't done too much with these, but yeah, it does look like we're gonna need to put in our path over here. So we'll go ahead and unlock a double platform too. These aren't terribly expensive, and that'll get us to our bridge. And that should hopefully tide us over until we get some of our population back up. We do have 6 of these now, as you remember from our last episode, so we are moving right along. Water storage is full. We have an abundance of carrots. We have plenty of berries. We're not in bad shape all around. Just probably should have been on top of getting those kits made. Our beavers should have been getting a little busier in that regard. Not that applies to these guys, because getting busy just means throwing berries and water into a tank and somehow magically growing a beaver. All in all, I'm pretty happy. I do want to stay pretty aggressive on this playthrough. Each 18 days. That's a lot of days. Yeah, we definitely have to get our explosives factory up and running, which should be able to do. We now have our paper mill, just not enough workers to actually work it. But we're in the process of fixing that problem. Got our children getting ready to grow up, and as they come, speak of the devil, and we've got 3 more just grown up. Still not working the paper mill. That's fine. We got to keep our farmhouses running. So that puts us just about up to full speed, and yep, and we've got more being born, so we should be fine there. We'll want to keep an eye on this, our food level. Ideally, I'd like to get this up over 1,000 and just keep it there, especially when you get bigger populations. The nice thing is that no population booms. I'm always going to know about how many new beavers are coming at any given time. So, you remember in one of my earlier episodes I mentioned preferential choices on food. I don't know, they do seem to be focusing on those carrots. Got some eating potatoes. I guess I don't know how that works exactly. How they decide which meals they want to eat. But we do have plenty of food. Like I said, I'd like to get 1,000 and keep it over 1,000. Just as we keep growing, ideally, especially with what we just witnessed, I do not want to be turning off. These pods, these breeding pods. So power is in keeping our busy beavers busily working. So we will do what we can on that front. With that said, it may be time. There's our bridge, so we can access over here now. Not much over here, but let's just run a path and see how far they make it. Yeah, not very far at all. So most likely my thought is this. I believe anything in the highlighted area is an area that my beavers will go and work. So yeah, that's about as much as we can get. That said, that's not a bad amount of area to get, and as we bring it down, my intent is to drop this whole area down to here. So we're going to need a lot of explosives, and this will be a good start. And then as we get going, we'll probably put explosives. Each explosive destroys just the block beneath it. But we'll destroy all of this and then back our road out and lay explosives as we go out, detonate the whole thing, and that'll make us a bunch more water storage. So yeah, that's kind of our plan at the moment. With that being said, we do want to get our explosives factory going. Oh, I did notice this, and I'm sure that some of you had mentioned it. We actually do not have enough power here. So I actually need to take this and destroy it. And we are going to instead put a three-way junction in here. Because right now, we have enough for this, but not enough to run both. They need 200 power, we're making 150. So we'll take this and throw in another power wheel here. Just right in here. Maybe even right in here. We'll throw it in here. Get ourselves a little power junction. Bam. Alright, they'll come and do that, and we will be in business. I know one thing I do need to pay attention to. Okay, we're still fine. This whole area can turn into an industrial area. You know, these lines show you where you could expand, and we could always expand up onto this ridge as well. Probably not a bad idea. Wow, our beavers are already running through that water storage like it's nothing. Okay, they're building that, so we're in good shape. These will be up to 100% power here soon enough. So right now they're just running 75. I was not sure if running this into the storage area would work, so I'm very happy that it did. But yeah, well, we just have to. Oh, good, we have unemployed beavers. Well, no use waiting around then. Let's go ahead and get our explosives factory. I'm just going to pause real quick. I guess we can let our beavers build up some surplus. So this will take 150 power. We will give it its own dedicated power source. Speaking of, the power source is probably going to be more of the space constraint. I could probably throw that in here. Let's go ahead and I'm going to pause so they don't start building this until I'm ready for them. But if we threw that in here, that'd give us our 3. Tear down some of these resources. Sorry, I have to think here. Just this button. I would normally say we should just get put a lumberjack, but obviously we're doing just fine on trees. We've got plenty of logs. So we will get those torn down. And probably that needs to be top priority because they're kind of in the way. And then as far as our power goes. Get these set up. Get a T here. And here. It's odd. I think that's right. Not sure why that was yellow. Shouldn't have been. Let's just make sure I'm not crazy. Okay, that's green. Those are green. So if we throw a T in here... Oh, it doesn't like it because of this tree. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. Tear down those trees and get these built. And... go from there. Alright, they got it torn out. Let's go ahead and get our explosives factory in. So throwing that in probably just right here for the sake of space. We should probably actually leave some space for statues and things of that type. But we'll figure that out later. I'm sure there's still plenty of gaps around. We'll find some place to put a statue. And we just need to run our power around the corner and to our explosives factory, and then we are in business. We have just the right number of unemployed to run all this, and of course we do have 6 children in the process of growing up and 6 more on their way, so we should be in good shape, and then we will start having them throw down explosives as they get them built over here. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead while we're waiting. We're just going to go ahead and lay that out. That's not quite what I meant to do. Now, eventually I'd like to get this whole thing. I do not see that necessarily happening from here. We may come around and expand it from the other side. I don't think it's worth putting a whole district in here. Well, maybe it would be. I'll play with that idea. Maybe we'll throw in a district and move a few beavers over. Just keep them just the bare minimum. You know, this is important enough. I think I will do that. Alright, we're going to start a new district. This will be our demolition district. We're not going to build a town around this. We're just building this, kind of like a gold rush town almost. But in this case, a water rush, because we are going to expand. I'm not going to set anything off either until we have water flow restored, because it won't get rid of water. But if evaporation happens in this game the way it happens in real life, it's determined on surface area. And so widening our water basin when there's no input is going to cause that evaporation to skyrocket. And we've still got 9 days to go. I do not want to push my luck with this. So, to do a district, we're going to need a lot more unemployed beavers, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I'm going to take this out. We are going to put a district gate right here. And I fully intend on abandoning this district, so I'm not going to put much effort into it. But our district center, we'll just throw it up. It should be able to reach all that. Throw it up here. Yep, throw it up here, get our paths out. And in order to do that, we are going to need... I have to remember which one it is. There we go, a distribution post. I have to unlock these. It's fine, we still have plenty of scientists. So we're going to need a distribution post. I'm thinking we're going to tuck that back in here behind the maples. Yeah, just right there. Poor beavers. They're spinning their wheels and not getting anything done. We're going to throw our distribution post in there, and of course we're also going to need a drop-off point. So drop-off point, just throw that in right here, and I'm not going to start anything yet, but when we get to that point, we are going to have these beavers hauling food. Oh, don't want our food drying out. Going to drop off food, water, and explosives, and that is all our beavers really are going to need. Our population's getting up there high enough that we are... It's getting up there high enough that we are going to need to be really careful about our water situation. I am strongly leaning towards putting in a large water tank when we get the chance. Those hold 300 water, so they are 10 times the capacity of each of these, and they only have a footprint of 4. So much better. We are going to have to remove some of these. For that, I'm just going to do this. It's funny, I'm not even really deleting anything real, so it's not like I'm costing myself anything at all. This is one, you know, that we probably need to redo this, because I don't want to have to keep on rebuilding roads every time. We are just going to get rid of some of these and throw our roads along, roads along this edge, because we're never going to destroy this. So we can do this without any actual repercussion whatsoever. And then I guess I did end up keeping this, but as we go along, we'll just back this out. Also going to set up, we're going to remove these trees, because I intend on eliminating everything all the way up to the rock wall. We're gonna expand out our water storage significantly. We'll worry about this side later. What we may do is when we finish doing this area here, we may come over here, destroy this district, move everything over into this area, and go from there. But we'll probably just move like 4 or 5 beavers over here. I'm not even going to give them homes, they're just going to tear things out, get their job done, and call it a day. That is our sole purpose in this whole endeavor. Get in, blow it up, get out. That said, it should be quite the impressive fireworks show if it doesn't crash my computer, so we'll see what happens there. Alright. 5 days to go, and water is getting low, but it does look like we will make it. That said, I am concerned with how long these droughts are getting. Concerned that... What is this? Oh, we're full up on food. Well, it's not a bad problem. I did say I want to get up to 1,000. It might be a good idea too, now that we've got just, we'll have a small warehouse for dedicated storage, but it might not be a bad idea to get these large warehouses that can hold 1,000, get 5 times the storage. They're slightly larger. I'm assuming these are the same as the ones from the folktales. We can just find out. Yes. So getting some of these larger warehouses is probably not a bad idea, just to make sure that we've got plenty of storage. Still don't want to expand into the fertile areas. Right now we have plenty of food, but I don't expect that's going to hold true forever. Oh, fantastic. Okay. We just need to get this building up, and we can start moving into the district. Alright, so we are down to the end. The end of this drought, and that's probably where I'll call the video. It doesn't feel like we made a ton of progress, but getting that explosives factory up was pretty nice, and we did weather this drought just fine. Our beavers have actually already started throwing some explosives in, and we just got this. So let's go ahead. We're going to establish our routes. So go ahead and throw that in here. Berries are kind of precious, so we're going to go ahead and send carrots. I'm going to send water. And we are going to send explosives. And with that being said, we're going to actually go ahead and send over some beavers. Let's get... If we can rename districts, that might be fun. Let's go ahead and move over... Let's move over 10. We'll just get this done. Well, actually, how many unemployed do we have? I should probably check that. We only have 4. We're going to send over those 4 unemployed beavers. And they're going to get over here and start working. Seems like we might be having a little bit of a struggle keeping up with our water. Or maybe they're just all using it right now, and as the day goes on, they'll get it refilled. But I'm not a huge fan of this. Let's see here. Probably need another water pump. We throw down, we can't get it out over here. It's going to be blocked. Means we're going to have to put it over in this area. Well, we'll just throw it here, take advantage of some of our existing infrastructure. And end of the drought. Alright, our beaver buds are going to get going on these explosives. One thing I did forget to do, I do want to make sure that they're not sending too many. Ooh, so we really have run out of water. Well, that's worrisome. Set this one up to highest priority and get that back in business. Last thing we need is a bunch of beavers dying because of thirst. Okay. We have our water, and I think I am going to go ahead and set up that large water tank. Oh, I guess it has a total footprint is 6 instead of 2. Just release a little water to tide us over. We don't need things dying when the drought is already over. I'd just be silly. Alright. And go ahead and throw that in. Our drought is over. We could go a little longer. That said, hopefully we don't have any of these beavers actually dying of thirst. That would be a big mistake on my part. It does look like there's plenty of water now. They're getting taken care of. We did expand our population quite a bit. Should have paid a little closer attention to that than I did. I'm thinking, regardless what happens, I'm hoping to get all of this area full of dynamite. If that does not happen, we will just, and the next drought comes, we will just explode this. And given how fast these droughts happen, that is going to be sooner than later, I am sure. Ah, here we go. I found it. So we want to set a high. Carrots, I don't think we need 100. We've only got 4 beavers here. Let's go ahead and set it to 25. Water, same thing. We don't want to be taking all of our water from the main district. We're going to set that at 25 as well. And explosives, we want them all. The more the merrier. In fact, actually, because we've got so much water and carrots here, I mean, these districts only have a storage space of 300. So, well, all right, that's not fair. We're out of explosives because we're putting them in the ground as fast as we get them. I don't think we're actually struggling on water, but I'm not super happy. We want to have a good amount of water stored when the drought comes. So I am going to make another water pump. In fact, I'm actually going to go ahead and put it a third. If it's overkill, it's overkill. I'd rather have overkill than have my beavers killed. I go ahead and remove this little berry bush here. Sorry, I have to remember the button. Throw down some double platforms back here, because I'm going to go ahead and expand out our barracks. We'll put one more right here, and we're going to do them as a double. So housing, go ahead and throw down this one right here. And then some double platforms back behind here. And what we're doing, we're just going to give ourselves more than enough housing. I don't intend on actually building quite this many, or having this many beavers yet. I'm kind of thinking that we will plateau. I haven't seen, we have a few dying of old age, but we'll make sure we have plenty. And then for access, actually gonna have to do a minor rotation like this. We'll throw in some double platforms in between. There is our drought. So we'll throw some stairs in like so. And a path coming back around here. And with there being another drought, we did not accomplish near as much as I had hoped. I'll let them get down a few more explosives, but when we've got a day and a half, we're gonna go ahead and detonate this. It's not gonna give us a ton of extra water. This is going to be quite the mega project, building this area here. And honestly, these guys will probably grow old and die here. I did not even notice that. We don't need people working in the district. We only need one. There's only 4 of you. The more people working on installing these explosives, the better. For the good of beaver kind. But I think with that double layer in, we'll put some rooftop terraces on top of this, and they can get some leisure that way. In fact, maybe we'll just plan that out since we've got a moment while we're waiting. Oh, there's our 1.5 days. Let's detonate. There we go. Got our first little bit of extra storage. I should probably prioritize some of these. Let's go ahead and do this. High priority is going to be these. That way they're not wasting time. And And these ones. There's no reason they can't do these. Everything else can wait. Although I suppose the next ones we should have them do are these ones back in here. In fact, actually, we're going to throw in a few extra explosives along in here. Okay. So then high priority to this area next. And then normal priority will be this stuff. That way we'll go. But that gives us a little bit of extra storage. We'll just run this through to the last part of this cycle and go from there. We'll call that a video. As far as leisure goes, these rooftop terraces. I suppose we could do this. We'll throw down 4. And we'll need some access to those. What we'll probably do as far as that goes is build these platforms out and have a staircase going up. So, double platforms. We'll only need them to this point. And then we will need a double. We don't necessarily have to do this, but there's no reason we can't. A double, a triple. Nope, that is not correct. We need space for our stairs, so we'll do 2 doubles here. Our staircase will go on that one. We'll get our triples here. Have ourselves a little landing. And then I don't know how much this is actually requiring. It would be interesting to do. And there's our drought. 11 days. That's not so rough. Well, let's just finish up what we're doing here and we will call that a video. I've never done anything with it. Why not? Oh, those are much bigger than I expected. Well, we won't be doing that. So instead, we will just do a triple with a single. And then a double here. I think that is where we are going to call this. We've got a decent bit of water storage now. Definitely plenty to survive this. We handled the 18-day. We are working on expanding that, and as you can see, I never noticed that they've got a whole bunch of flags. So we're playing our little game of Beaver Minesweeper in reverse. We will expand this and then build our stairs down and begin tearing down the next layer. We're going to drop this whole area all the way down so that it's level with this. Get ourselves a massive reservoir that will hopefully solve all of our water problems. So with that said, if you like what you've been watching, like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.